Hey everyone, and welcome to the final group stage recap of PMGC 2022, where we're going to be checking in on Group Yellow to see exactly what happened after the last 4 days of top tier esports. We'll see which teams qualified to the next stage and which teams unfortunately had to go home. With that said, let's kick off this recap. On the first day of the week, GeekFam struck hard and topped the leaderboard. Having almost twice as many eliminations than any other team on the leaderboard and 2 MVPs for overall damage and eliminations count, the aggressive playstyle of the Malaysian team paid off massively. With the most ranking points as well as 2 chicken dinners, GeekA Esport took second place after day 1 concluded. 18 points behind and with no chicken dinners to their name, T2K Esports ended up being third on the list. On the other hand, our French powerhouse Game Lord had a rough start and held on to 9th place. The second day of Group Yellow brings 4 angry men to the top, winning 2 rounds in a row and almost making it a third in the following match. The Chinese team popped off and nearly scored the same eliminations as GeekFam and beating them in ranking points. Speaking of which, GeekFam fell to second place, performing less impressively than on the previous day. At the end of the day, the third spot went to the Turkish team Beşiktaş Esport, who did a great job with some of their performances and getting their second chicken dinner in the final match. On the third day of Group Yellow, a turning point was reached for Europe, as Game Lord made a small comeback claiming their first win as well as showing better results overall. GeekFam continued to dominate the group, climbing back in first place. Mika remains the elimination leader for 3 days straight, scoring 30 eliminations total. 4 Angry Men ranked up as the runner-up with 26 points less than GeekFam. The heavily contested third place went to the Japanese squad Reject, who did well throughout the entire week. Lastly, on the 4th and final day, GeekFam absolutely crushed the competition with top-tier performances, ending far ahead on the rankings. Yuhai scored 10 eliminations in a single game and took Mika's spot of top fragger with now 40 eliminations to his name. EU team Game Lord fought bravely and secured a safe 10th place for themselves to advance further into the survival stage. 4 Angry Men held onto the second place. During that time, the real drama emerged between 3rd and 4th place. Both Train to Kill and Reject tied in both total score and chicken dinners. But thanks to higher placement points, T2K Esports outranked the Japanese team, finishing 3rd and making their way directly into the grand finals. Now it's time to look at the overall rankings and talk about what's to come for the teams and players of Group Yellow. GeekFam, 4 Angry Men and T2K Esports made it straight into the grand finals. Teams from 4th to 11th place, including Game Lord, are going to fight in the survival stage for another chance to make it to the grand finals. The bottom 5 less fortunate teams will be heading back home and leaving the tournament. And that's a wrap for Group Yellow and the entire group stage of PMGC 2022. Of course, congratulations to all the teams who qualified, but don't forget the survival stage is coming up next on the 30th of November, so we'll see you guys then.